YouTube faithful, what's going on? It is Flex Friday today, and that means that you have a golden ticket provided by PrizePicks to enter a contest risk-free, and if it chalks, you get promo funds back. For some of you degens, it's the only week where you actually get to bet coin. For others, it's just another day of the week, like your boy right here, man. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's Flex Friday, Motivation Monday, Wacky Wednesday, Taco Tuesday, Tough Thursday. Buddy, it's the same thing every single day on this thing, man. Let me tell you something real quick. I mean, it's currently 9:20 in the morning. I'm doing an early video against my wishes because I'm trying to get out to the golf course. I'm probably not going to make it, letting the boys down. What's new? But the fact of the matter is this. We have a big NBA slate today. There's a couple of wagons on this slate, and I was like, you know what? Let me go on here and just give these degenerates the first half wagons, call it a day, pack it up, take my ball, and take a hike. So if you're interested in some first half wagons, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel like mama taught you right, and watch your boy cook a masterclass because that's exactly what's about to go down. Now, I gotta be real with you guys for a second here because I know this is a sports channel and I talk about sports and fantasy sports, but I'm also a real person and a human being, man. And the truth is, I was up at 7:30 a.m. after being up till 3:30 in the morning looking at PGA stuff for the night before, and then I had to get up early to get this video done because I'm actually going out of town this weekend as well to go play a poker tournament. So I needed to get things done early. But you want to know how I spent my morning today while I was drinking my morning coffee and whatnot? I went on TikTok and I decided I was gonna scroll around and I was gonna see what's going down on there, and you know, it triggered the live streams like it does on TikTok and everything else. Start scrolling up and you can see it, and then I started to see things, and it's crazy to me how many Ponzi schemes, and you have buy this for $50 and then we give you an online thing that you sell. It's literally the new wave brand of Ponzi schemes are being plugged through TikTok, taking advantage of marginalized communities, and it's just absolutely insane what I saw. But if I go as far as to show a winning two-man on TikTok on a live stream, I'm getting the ban hammer. It's insane. This needs to be changed, and it's really an unfair system, and I'm not somebody to whine about the way things are. I'm more of a guy who, okay, this is the way things are. This is how it needs to be fixed. This is what I'm going to do to fix it. But in a situation like TikTok, I don't think there is a way to fix it because they're going to do whatever they want to do. And as long as they keep having these ridiculous junk food content nonsense of dances and other stuff that doesn't educate your mind and is literally just giving you dopamine hit after hit after hit, unearned dopamine hits, they're never going to change anything because they're always going to have a pipeline of steady clowns watching the content, okay, engaging, which will end up buying products. It's all but I'd say that to you with this because I know some of you guys would wish that I did the TikTok live. I keep getting DMs and emails about it. Guys, I would love to, but I don't want, at the same time, I don't want to be suspended or banned from there. So that's all I have to say about that, guys. And if you have any advice for me about how to avoid the bans when you're talking about prize picks or underdog on TikTok lives, let me know in the comments and I'll process it myself. Now, without further ado, guys, it's January 31st, the last day of the month to make your pick it green, fella, okay? And the good Lord above, the Lord Almighty, has blessed us with Kristaps Porzingis being on the slate. Now, I don't know who's doing the lines for Prize Picks. I mean, I don't know what is going on, but fella, you haven't raised the line high enough yet. It opened at 9 last night, and I fired the cannons to the tune of $300+ last night on Zinger without any begrudgment. You understand what I'm telling you? I literally fired away at 9 points. The line was 9. I don't care if he sells because take a look-ski at what I'm showing you. The man has respected coin 10 slates straight, and I've been on him every time. And wait, there's more, okay? 16 of the last 20 for old Zing Zong. Look at the head-to-head. He just played and cashed for us against the Pelicans on January 12th. He dropped 13. The line was 9. I nuked. The line is now 10. Guess what? I'm still gonna nuke. It's just not enough for me to get off this train. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on here. I can only wish and hope and dream that PrizePicks did this with every other line, man, because it would be cinema, the money that I'd be printing from them. But here we go. We're taking Zinger. We're riding this train till the wheels fall off. If he sells tonight, spare Crush your tears. I couldn't care less. Cry to your mama, cry to your girlfriend, because Crush don't care. This man has cashed me 10 to 12 games straight, and I won't begrudge him if he sells me one night. I'm all in on him, and if he sells, by God, he sells. So leg number 1 is yours truly. And the good news is it's Flex Friday, so if he does decide to chalk us all to the very depths of hell, we get our coin back. Now, we got a couple more first half wagons that we got to discuss. Can I interest you in a little bit of PJ Washington chat? PJ Washington. Normally the line is 14.5. It's 15. I'll take my push equity. He's been a wagon himself. I'm literally giving it away. 19, 23, 15, 19, 20, the last 5. Let's look a little further. And while I'm digging up PJ Washington, let me talk to you about something else. They don't have the first half fantasy scores on the board yet, but once they do, you want to look at Daniel Gafford's first half fantasy. My brothers and sisters in Christ, you just got to go there. Now, PJ Washington is new to the wagon train. As you can see, 6 of the last 10, okay? The fact is, his first quarter points is actually more of a wagon than his first half PRA. 8 of his last 10. The thing is, his first quarter is very volatile. I'm probably not going to go there at all, but I did want to talk about PJ Washington because he has been a wagon. The third wagon for the first half is none other than Tyrese, Mr. Usage Minuteman himself, Maxey. This dude literally comes to play. That's all he does is come to play. Look at this. In the last 10 games, he's gone over 21.5 PRA, 6 of his last 10, 5 of his last 5. If we look at just his points in the first half, he's gone over 5 of 5, 7 of 10, and 8 of 20. Why does the 8 of 20? Well, because that's where Embiid and Paul George, they're not in the mix today. As of now, they're not in the mix. Obviously, if news changes, well, then it changes. But Maxey is literally a high usage guy. He's all over the court. Either one of these two would be fine. If you just want to go with the points, that's fine. Again, all of these, I cannot say this enough, comment guy. All of these are secondary to the almighty Zinger. Everything else is conjecture and secondary. This is the priority. I don't care if you pair him with Washington. I don't care if you pair him with Maxey. I don't care if you pair him with your girlfriend. All I care about is that you have exposure to Zinger because the cash cow is just too elite not to. Whether he sells or not, don't care, okay? The next wagon is Daddy Zubac. What, you thought I was going to have a slate and not talk about Daddy Zubac playing against the Poverty Hornets? Think again, comment guy. Zubac's crush it. The traditional center bringing sexy back is Mr. Zoo. All this guy does is win. 14 of his last 20 head-to-head. Annihilation on March 31st, but that was last season. I couldn't care less. 7 of his last 10, 4 of his last 5. The matchup is as crispy as a crispy can be. 20th in rebounds allowed, 15th in points allowed, 10th in assists allowed to centers. The man respects coin. He is what he is, and I'm going with him. Once again, these are wagons. If you don't have a ticket to these trains on these wagons, Cap, what the heck does that mean? You're all over the place, Cap. Know your role and let me talk to you. It means if you haven't been on these wagons, okay, meaning you weren't on it last time, you weren't on the time before, and you weren't on the time before that, then you're sitting on the sideline with no ticket. You aren't invited on this train. These are for people who have been cashing these guys day in and day out, and they're wanting my opinion on whether they should ride that train one more time. Question asked, answer given. Yes, of course you want to ride this train. We have to. It's what we do. Now, the 5th and final first half candidate that I'm going to give out. By the way, it's not on the board yet, but when it does come out, Zion's first half fantasy score, wagon. If it comes out at 20.5, you fire it. If Gafford shows up at 20.5, you fire it. Not interested in his PRA. Not interested in his first half points. I need the fantasy score because he's got that block and steal upside equity, and that is what we want. They're 3 points a pop. Okay? Don't take, well, Cap, I have no patience because I have a low IQ, so I'm just going to take the PRA. Has it been a wagon? Sure. Is water wet? But we want the fantasy score because he's got that block and steal equity. If you take his PRA and he doesn't get there or vice versa, save it, okay? Tell it to somebody who cares because I don't. Now, I said there was going to be a 5th wagon, didn't I? If someone has a guess, get your guesses ready. Let me know who you think it's going to be. Is it going to be Jokic? Let's take a look. I'm going to give you a 50-50 ball. What's a 50-50 ball, Cap? Well, it's when the wide receiver goes in man coverage on the deep route and he throws it up and it's 50-50. Whoever's going to get it gets to pull it down. It's a 50-50 ball. The better athlete pulls it down, corner or receiver. It takes a lot of trust. I'm throwing you guys a 50-50. All right. First half, the Joker, PRA at 25.5. He's gone over in 14 of his last 20. Last 10, 6 of 10. Last 5, 3 of 5. We know he just had a disaster class. You know he's going to bounce back tonight. 25.5 first half PRA for the Joker. It's just too low. I don't care. Save me with your sermons and speeches. You ain't crush. Now, let's go to the other side. That's the wide receiver. The cornerback, it's Russell Westbrook. He's your other option, the 50-50. All right? Take a looky at what Captain Crush is cooking. Last 10, 8 of 10 over 12.5 PRA. Last 20, 15 of 20. Last 5, 4 of 5. If you're really feeling froggy, you can put them both in the same lineup, you smelly D-Gen. I wouldn't begrudge you a bit, but I will say this. Westbrook, same matchup, same everything, easier path. And guess what? There's more. Like Billy Mays used to say, you can run it back for a 1v1 skinny with Maxey. Bang, bang. That is how you create a same game parlay, buddy. Right there. 1v1. I'm literally giving away the sauce. I don't care if these guys sell, okay? It's a long-term. They're long-term winners. 15 of 20, etc. Now, I just discussed the first half wagons in depth like you wouldn't believe. Now, that doesn't mean they're guarantees. Don't ask me for locks and don't think that they're locks and don't cry if they sell. We're gambling around here. We're big boys and girls. We don't cry when things don't go our way. You want me to give you something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about right here. This was the 4-man nuke. PrizePicks gave me a boost. They said if you flex this 4-man, we'll pay you 10x. If you flex it and get 3 of 4, we'll pay you 3x. So I was on live stream last night for 3 hours, like always, cooking, providing value, doing the Lord's work. On that live stream yesterday, I must have literally, no exaggeration, had 15 callouts that all cashed. Don't believe me? Ask Guido. He paired them up and he cashed 10x for his troubles. Now, this was the main slip that I made. Took it on, built it on live, posted the link under Captain Slip. Wagner points, Edwards points, rebounds, Kessler 9.5 rebounds, and Desmond Bane. Now, I was torn on this Utah one. I could have went with Collins points assists, which I took in another one, cash. Sexton's PRA, cash. We could have went with Watts' wagon, Collier's assist, that cash. We could have went so many other ways, but we landed on Kessler, who had 8 rebounds at halftime, comment guy. 8! Not 4, not 5, 8. He comes back in the third quarter. He plays 7 minutes and doesn't record a single solitary stat, gets pulled, and never touches the floor again because he's absolute poverty. You understand what I'm telling you? 1,500 up for grabs, but that's not all. I had multiple other slips that the chat knows that I made that went 3 of 4 because of Kessler. He chalked so many good slips, but I still took my $450. I made $300 profit. I'm not complaining. I'm just showing you there's actual things to cry about, and a first half wagon selling ain't it. He had 8 at half. I got robbed, okay? Robbed, I tell you. Now, look at this. Another live. Somebody was telling me, Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds. If you don't take that, Cap, you're crazy. You know what the first thing I did is, God is my witness. I said, I'm taking it under because that is my sign. I was debating to take it under all day. My model had him projected for 5. Everybody was hyping him up like Kuzma this, Kuzma that. I said, Kuzma ain't hitting. They're getting blown out. Give me the under. The most sweat-free cash of the night was right there. Bang. I should have nuked it. My only regret. And then the other live stream cash was none other than Luke Kennard the moment they ruled out Morant. Bang. And we paired it up with Walker, courtesy of Iceberg, the moment they ruled out Mike Conley. He said nah was going yard. I took his word, paired it up with that, and cashed that as well. Okay? Easy peasy. Here's another one that cashed in the live stream. Wagner, Bane, and all these guys. He took the Goblins. You could see people tailed. I also had Jalen Green, Edwards, and Kennard. He was in the live stream. We took Jalen Green. He mixed and matched. That's how you're supposed to do it, guys. Dan tailed, flexed, cashed. I told everyone to flex. You should have cashed. But there it is, guys. It's not always going to be the YouTube. It's not always going to be the daily props. Sometimes it's just going to be the live stream, guys. Sometimes it's just the YouTube and not the live stream. 3-part process. Know your roles. Get in the mix. I'm tired of this. Every day it's the same speech I gotta preach to you guys, and I get the same comments night after night. Where was this, Cap? Where was this? Buddy, it was in the live stream. I had 185 witnesses, okay? I then posted it under the cap slip. Nothing was gate kept from you. No one's trying to keep anything from you, buddy. You just gotta lock in. Now, if you're ready to lock in, you go to CaptainCrush.net. You slide down to the gold package right here. You'll get all my projection sheets, which I haven't done yet today because it's early. Player projection models, fantasy point models. You get my slips, access to the live stream, which is worth its weight in gold. I had two, hold on, the day before yesterday, since yesterday's video was poverty, let me harp on this again. Not one, but two 25x bangers, okay? Using anchors and darks, all posted 70x on Thursday. I mean, it was, look at this, more than 70x was earned on Thursday. All you had to do was be in the Discord, okay? It's not about just selling picks and plays. I couldn't care less about selling you a pick, buddy. That's not sustainable. I'm selling you me, the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Crush. Do you understand? I go out of my way to help you have a winning process. That is what I am paid to do. The picks are just icing on the cake. If you have a fundamental process, you will be able to win regardless of my picks or anyone's picks. Are my picks always going to be optimal? Better than yours? Absolutely. That's just, I'm an expert at this. That just comes with the territory. But my job is to elevate you, okay? If you're just depending on me every single day, that's fine. But don't you want to be, better than that? The better you are, the better understanding you have, the more we will win together as a community, which is the entire goal of my Discord. Win as a community, okay? So get in the mix. It's right here, 1 month package. I'll see you guys in the live stream later today at 5:30 Central. Now, is there any full game plays we need to talk about? Sure, of course. But I don't think PrizePicks doesn't have those fantasy scores up, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting on fantasy scores to be up like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? I am waiting for that. But I will say this. Durant sticks out at 25.5 points. He is popular, unfortunately. Norman Powell, oh my goodness. I'm taking Norman Powell's fantasy score today, and even then, 21.5 points is too low for Norman Powell. I don't know how that doesn't get bumped. Kawhi Leonard slowly starting to get bumped up back to where he used to be. Just dropped 27 versus the Spurs. If you want to take him at 17.5, you can. I don't think it's the greatest play. I mean, it's just one of those things. His line is super low for what he's capable of, so maybe you're still hitting it early before it reaches its true ceiling. Norman Powell at 21.5. I just paid 22.5 for him. For sure, it's optimal, especially versus the Hornets. Problem is, I'm going with Zubac's first half. Someone that I want to call out real quick, Jason Tatum. See, this is the thing. We're on Zinger's first half, but Tatum is due such a massive game at any point. Look at this. 16, 19, 24, 16, 24. What happened? Did Tatum fall off? Did he stop taking his wonder pills? We don't know, but I'll tell you this. The man eventually is going yard, and you want to be on the right side of it before you're not. So maybe look at him. Again, this video was intentional to be a first half. There isn't any fantasy scores up yet, which is what I wanted to talk about. But if you were come up with a full game lineup, it would probably be Cade's points or Cade's Goblin. Where is it at? If it is up here at 21.5. Oh yeah, that's really crispy, by the way. Cade 21.5 Goblins crispy. Either one of these. Durant's points at 25.5. Oh my gosh, his Goblin is amazing too. His Goblin is also amazing. And then what was the third one? Powell right there. Powell. Guys, today I'm going for the first halves. I will have other games. I will have other full game stuff up later, but it's going to be on the live stream. Again, it's 9:50 a.m. Captain Crush normally doesn't cook this early for videos. I spend the hours from 7:30 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m. Central cooking and digesting before I come on this YouTube. Today, I didn't have that type of time. I'm trying to get out on the golf course before my boys throw stones. And then I'm going out of town today, so I wanted to get this up early. I think these are value. The best one, other than the play, is Cade Cunningham. So you could do this number right here, y'all. Zinger and Cunningham. All right, you could do that for crispy 2x. It sells. These are good plays right here. I'm telling you right now. Captain Crush wouldn't give you a bad play, my man. Now, if you're trying to get in the Discord on the cheap, I got 30 days of free access for any of you poverty ones. All you got to do is use code CRUSH on any of the apps. Sleeper, Chalkboard, Parlay Play, Underdog. Send me the deposit email. I got you with 30 days. Plus, they give you a free square and deposit match. What else do I have to say, man? I feel like I'm doing the Lord's work day in and day out. And all I ask for you guys in return is smash that like button so other people can be converted into the Crush doctrine. Crushonomics, if you will, actually. Okay? Wish me well. Pray that your boy takes home this poker tournament and I bring it home for the boys. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush Flex Friday one time.